So in this video we're going to be looking at some exercises for strengthening the shoulder and the shoulder blades. So the first exercise we're going to be doing is for a muscle called your serratus anterior. So this is a muscle that wraps around underneath under your armpit and around onto the ribs. So you're going to take a band, okay, and we're going to just create enough tension, and we keep the forearms parallel, okay, and we're going to work up the wall. So you're going to start off reasonably level, again creating that tension, and you should find as you bring the hands up, you're working really hard to resist, and you should feel it working underneath the armpit area. Okay, once you've got it up top, you're going to come back down. And again, the job is to kind of keep the forearms parallel. If you're doing that, you're cheating. Okay. So you really feel like that's working to hold those elbows in. Okay. What I'd recommend you do is work it so you feel like you're getting some good exertion. So you may find sort of 5 or 6 is enough, or you may find you want to work to sort of 10 repetitions. And what I do is maybe in the second set down, just come down a few. So if you did 10 on the first set, maybe drop down to 8. But the idea is in terms of building strength, is you need to be feeling like you're working in that zone of exertion, so that it's challenging. Okay, so that's the first exercise. The second exercise we're going to look at requires a small weight and perhaps a towel as well. Okay, so in the second exercise for strengthening the shoulder, we're looking at your rotator cuff. So what you need for this exercise is perhaps a towel, just something just to soften up for your elbow, and a weight. So I'm using a 2 kilo dumbbell. You may find just a tin of beans or something similar is enough to start off with. So what we're going to do is place the elbow onto the towel, and then I'm going to push down, okay, again, so that we're engaging the muscles around the armpit, around the chest, and just underneath the armpit here. And what we're going to do, holding on to whilst we're still pushing down, is just drop the weight down and then bring it back up. Okay, what we're going to do, let's bring that back there, and then what we're going to do is aim for 15 repetitions. Okay, if you're finding 15 too hard, you might want to bring the weight down, or if you're finding it too easy, you may want to bring the weight up. Okay, and I'd do 3 sets of those. So whilst maintaining that push down, that's really important. If you don't kind of push down on the towel, you might find that it irritates the front of the shoulder. Okay, so that's the rotator cuff exercise. We're going to look at the next exercise we're going to look at is a stability exercise for the whole shoulder girdle. So ideally what you want to do is do it with a kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can again use a dumbbell. So for demonstration purposes, I'm using a 4 kilo kettlebell, and what you're going to do is you're going to swing the kettlebell up, okay, all the way up, and you're going to hold it in a position where it's upside down, so you're resisting the weight. Okay, so it's a swing up, and then just slowly, with control, lowering that kettlebell down. So the arm is slightly in front of me, just working in the natural plane of the shoulder blade here. So what it's doing is it's working all of the muscles connecting between the spine and that shoulder blade, as well as the muscles that connect onto the ribs as well. Okay, so what we're aiming to do is we're aiming to build strength, control and stability around this shoulder. So the movement should be smooth and not sort of jerky. And what we're looking to do is challenge it. So by the end of your 15 repetitions, you want to feel like you've done some work. So if it's again, if it's too easy after sort of 15 repetitions, you want to go up in weight, or if you're, or perhaps kind of increase the number of repetitions to sort of to 20. Okay, so that's 3 exercises to help you build strength and stability back into your shoulder.